Well, hey, everybody. I'll go ahead and kind of get going here, but
Hey!
it sounds like
Nobody's driving the car. And say,
you're kind of cutting in and out, Dad. But we're just leaving a dinner. We were having dinner with Marty Doge's team over here in Houston. He's in town from Fort Worth. And we were just spending some time with some of the agents that have been family to us over the years, always consistent coming into the office. So we were just spending some time with them this evening. But we had to jump out so we could hang out with you guys. So that's why we are in the car. But good evening, everyone. As people continue to jump on, I'll just kind of get going. It's good to see all of you. If you want to turn on your camera, I would love to see your face. It's kind of funky talking to just all your silhouettes. They're not as pretty as your face. Oh, there you are. Yay! Cool. Well, tonight we're kind of good. The topic was secrets to consistent cash flow. And I feel like all of us desire to have consistent cash flow. I think that's why a lot of people in general get stuck in the rat race of a job mentality, right? Because jobs breed consistent cash flow, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not hating on jobs. I like jobs, but what I kind of want to help get into your mind or into your heart or into your activity is the thought processes of a producer or a recruiter who is consistent with cash flow. I don't know if you guys have ever played the game Cash Flow. It's called Cash Flow. It's by Robert Kiyosaki. Am I right, Mom? There we go. Robert Kiyosaki. He came up with this board game called Cash Flow. And if you've never played it, we have a couple in the office. We should probably do that one night soon and all get together and play that game. But the whole idea of the game is kind of like Monopoly, but the point of it is to get out of the rat race. And the rat race is being stuck in the loop of life, of working your job, having expenses, and then trying to get to a place where you create enough income to where it exceeds your expenses beyond, so you can get out of the rat race. And anyway, I just thinking about the topic this evening, I just kind of wanted to start with that because we have to change our thought, our mind, and our activity to get out of the rat race. Most of America lives inside of the rat race, right? Most people live in a job mentality and have a job. So, and I'm not saying getting out of the rat race is you don't have to have a job. I think most people have to start there. But anyway, I just kind of want to talk about the things that'll help you get out of the race. And consistent cash flow is something that it's not just like a thing that we desire. It's a thing that we all need in life. All of us need consistency, and in our relationships, in our lives, in our finances. And in the position that we're in, we have the opportunity to create that consistency, but we have to choose it, right? Because no one else is going to choose it for us. No one's going to call you in the morning telling you to get up and go to work. Although we're here to, 100% support you and be here and be your biggest cheerleader, and also kind of like the person who guides you to where you want to be. But at the end of the day, you have to make the decisions to create that consistency. So I just want to tell you a story about when I first started, and I hope that this kind of maybe relates, or maybe it creates something in your mind that will help you. But when I first got started, this was January of 2016, and I'll keep this short, but I was looking for a job. I had just graduated college, and I had blew through all of my savings that I had saved up while I was working throughout college. My last semester in college, I took that year off from work, and I just had fun and spent all my money. So by the time I got to the Alliance and started working, I did not really have the money to pay for my car and my leads, right? And I knew that I needed leads. There was no way that I could create the income I was trying to create off of warm market and just cold market selling, right? So I needed leads. And what I did was, in the very beginning, is I went and got a job. And if Amber's on here, shout out. Ooh, she's not. Amber's husband, Jim, is, you guys will meet her. He runs one of the restaurants around here, and it's a barbecue restaurant. And so I used to go and deliver barbecue to get money in every week, extra cash to buy my leads. And once it got to the place where I was booking appointments on top of the times that I could be delivering barbecue, I slowly phased that out. I was like, my time is worth more money if I'm spending it in front of clients or with agents or, in our income producing activities here. And so it was slow and steady, but eventually I got out of that having to do it because I started to create more income on this side, a lot more. And so, but I had this goal in my mind that's not where I wanted to be forever. This wasn't just a place in the road that I was stopping on. It wasn't like I was just getting off and taking a break. It was like, this was what my career was going to be. And so there was no option. There was no other option in my mind, but I had to make it work. Hey, Amber, I was just talking about you. Good to see you. I was talking about your hubby and how he helped me in the very beginning when I was first getting started, and I was delivering barbecue for Red River while I was getting going. But anyway, I had this goal in my mind that I wasn't going to stay doing that. I was going to use it as just a place to fund what I was really trying to get to, which was being here, was serving clients and serving agents that wanted to serve clients. As simple as it goes. But after I transitioned, one of the things that I really want to encourage you in is to put your eye on something. Like, put your eye on something that you want out of this. It can't just be money. It can maybe sometimes start that way, but you have to put your eye on something else. For me, it was winning the trips, to be honest with you. Qualifying for the trips was what, personally, in the beginning, I was really fighting for. I know this is true. I was also trying to impress Jonathan, because at that point we were not married. And he was running business, and we were both trying to just getting started, and so I had an accountability partner. Like, it wasn't just me out there trying to make sales for me. It was me out there trying to qualify for these once in a lifetime trips that the insurance companies pay for, and I was trying to impress a guy that I was trying to impress. Just so happened that he was somebody I was interested in romantically. But choose somebody to be accountable to. Like, none of us can do this all on our own. So the first secret is put your eye on a prize. Choose something that you are shooting for outside of just yourself or the money. You just choose something. Next thing is going to be a plan. Do you have a plan to get out of the situation you're in. If you don't, it's okay. But I want to encourage you to come up with a structure, come up with some sort of plan that you can commit to every single week. And it doesn't need to be some big, hairy, audacious goal. It just needs to be something that you can stay consistent to. And the reason that I say it just needs to be something is because if you get up once a week and go to the gym, you are going to be healthier than the person who never gets up and goes to the gym, right? And by default, you are probably going to end up just becoming a healthier person because you're surrounded by healthy people who care about their physical health and want to be working out and all those things. It's just choosing to be consistent at it, because when you do that, it's going to breed positive results. It just will. That's what happens if you just stay consistent with what you're trying to do. So come up with a plan. Steve he's out in San Diego, but I want to shout him out for a second because he's somebody who just got started, just brand newly licensed as an insurance agent. And prior to this, he has no insurance history at all. He still is a police officer, police chief in one of the prisons up in San Diego. And he loves what he does. And I don't want to steal his thunder, but I just want to, he's very intentional about what he's trying to do here. And his commitment is that he's going to run business every Tuesday and every other weekend, because those are the days that he knows that he can commit to every single week, is every Tuesday and every other weekend. So just choose something, come up with a plan. The third thing is going to be consistent lead flow. If you don't have, who are you trying to get in front of? I mean, whether you're trying to build the business side and recruit really heavy, or if you're trying to build your book of business on sales, you have to have consistency, whether it's ZipRecruiter ads, or whether it's leads from NAA, or whether it's, internet leads. It doesn't matter what it is, but you have to have a consistent budget for your lead flow. Otherwise, your business will shrivel up because there's only so much that you can pull out of that, right? The fourth thing is going to be consistent activity. The secrets to consistent cash flow is consistency. Who would have thunk it? But all those things, just consistently keeping the schedule in front of you, consistent lead flow, and then consistent activity week to week. And your cash flow will stay consistent. As you're doing that, all of those things, your pipeline of business is going to fill up. And it's like, I don't know how to describe this, or an analogy in a different way, but what we know is that it can take a second for people to get approved sometimes. And so you need to keep your pipeline of business full, so that regardless of whether it's a big week or a small week, because of the work that you did 3 weeks ago, you're still going to get paid this week, right? So the way that insurance works is, you submit an application. It takes 2 to 3 weeks. It can take that long to get approved sometimes. Sometimes it's 24 hours. Sometimes it's 2 minutes. But sometimes it takes 3 to 4 weeks. And if you want to have consistent paychecks coming in, you've got to make sure that pipeline is full. And we can trick ourselves really easy and tell ourselves, oh, I had a really good week, so I'm just going to take the week off. And don't hear me wrong, like, I've done that before. Okay, I think all of us are guilty when we have a super big week. We take a day or two off and it feels good, but then we go, oh crap, I've got to put some more in the pipeline, because, otherwise the well is going to dry up. So all of those things will lead to the consistent cash flow. So put your eye on the prize, whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be the same as mine or anybody's, but pick something that connects with you bigger than just money. Come up with a plan. What can you commit to every single week, and stay committed to that? When you consistently do what you said you were going to do, your confidence is going to build and you're going to become better at this. I just read a post from one of my friend's moms. She's been a nurse for years and years, and she works in labor and delivery unit. And she just posted this letter that one of the RNs that she's teaching under her, what this RN told her, how she was thanking her for her guidance and mentorship and training. And one of the things that my friend's mom, who's been a labor and delivery nurse for years and years and years, said, I remember how nervous I was in the very beginning. And when I was starting to do my clinicals, being a labor and delivery nurse, it's like anything could go wrong. And of course she'd be nervous. I'd be nervous if I was her. But what she said in the post was that, surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, still to this day, she still gets nervous. But she's learned more along the way. And I kind of feel like in some situations, our business is a lot like that, because you don't know what's going to happen today. Like, you don't know who you're about to sit in front of. You don't know whose life you're about to change. You don't know if that person's not going to make it home tomorrow. You don't know if that person's going to get diagnosed with cancer in 4 years from now, and this policy that you wrote them is going to save their financial situation. Like, you just don't know. But the one thing that you do have control over is to show up and to consistently try your best to get better. And over time, your confidence is going to shoot through the roof, and you're going to be like, I got this. Whatever situation shows up today, I'm going to freaking kill it, because you are. But you have to somehow tell yourself that you're there before you're really there yet. So anyways, I could go on, but I don't want to rant, and I want to answer any questions if people have any questions, or stories that they wanted to tell from the week. But real quick, I'll tell a story real quick. One of Jonathan's first clients, his very first client that he ever wrote up. This was, when did you?
2015, late 2015.
Yeah, so in 2015, what was her name? Her first name?
Latrice.
So Latrice, he went over there to help her with some insurance, and none of us know. We don't have crystal balls. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But his very first client, she called him this week and told him that she got diagnosed with stage
3 lymphoma.
Stage 3 lymphoma. And because of the work that Jonathan did that day, there's comfort.
She's going to get a big check.
There's this comfort for that family where he can tell them, you can pull money from your policy if you decide to. So, like, you don't know when the day is going to happen. I know earlier today, my mom was talking about a client that she's had for 12 years that just passed away in her 50s, like, so young. And, there's a lot more to this than you may feel in your heart yet. But when you get your first death claim, or when you get a client that calls you and is just hoping for some hope because of something that you helped them with, it becomes a lot more real, and you feel like you have more purpose doing this once that day happens for you. But you just got to stay consistent. You just got to show up every day for you, for your family, for your kids, for your spouse, for your clients, for your agents. Just show up, do the best you can. Try your best to stay consistent. Put your eye on the prize. Come up with a schedule. Have leads every single week, and then keep your activity up with that. And I promise you're all going to be winners. So if anybody has any questions or just comments to make, feel free. Oh, also shout out, Steve, Shetez, and Jonathan are going to be making some dials tonight after this call is over. So if you want to get on that Zoom session with Shetez, Steve, and Jonathan, shoot me a message and I will send you the link after this. They're going to go from...
They're on a different time zone.
Right.
So I'm going to go for an hour here.
Yeah.
They're going to go for like a couple hours.
Yeah. So we'll be on there for an hour and dialing.
Hey, Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a shout out to a couple of people tonight. Number one, Wayne Smith. He just got his first policy issued today. Congratulations, Wayne. We had to get a little form signed, and we got that done, and Forster's approved it. So I'm interviewing and talking to 3 of his folks that want to be agents tomorrow night. I'm talking to them, and I'm excited about that. I'm also want to give a shout out to Elizabeth Perez. She came over to the office today, dialed with us. Elizabeth set 3 or 4, and correct me if I'm wrong, Elizabeth, appointments just right out of the gate. Elizabeth is extremely coachable, and she just follows the script. She took coaching. She got better. She set appointments. We listened. We helped. And I'm really excited about, what's going to be in store for you, Elizabeth, and what you can do here at the Alliance and how you can grow your business. So thanks for being on the team. We love the team. We're super excited about all the folks around that Megan and Jonathan have on the team, and Juanita, and just a lot of growing leaders. Wayne said to me today, I didn't even try to recruit her. I said, yeah, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And that's the beauty of our business. If you just talk to everyone, you just can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Okay, so if anybody does want to get on the dial session tonight with Steve, Shaytez, and Jonathan, if you'll message me on Slack and just let me know so we can get that to you, that'd be awesome. Remember, if you haven't already sent in your numbers, your activity numbers from this last week, please go ahead and do that tonight, whether it's to Morgan or myself. You guys know where to report to. And yeah, if you have any questions, obviously we're always here, but want you to know that, like, you guys, we know that we're all in different spots in life and in our business, but I really feel like the team that we have, everybody has a spirit of gratitude, and everybody is like determined to win. And that's really exciting. That's a really empowering team to be involved in. And yeah, I'm just really excited. Like, I'm excited to see all of you guys grow and to get better, and to start being more consistent, and to see you guys kind of come into the place that you've been trying to get to. So if anybody has any last comments, feel free, but I'm done.
Junior board member, out, our leader Fitz is really pushing for junior board member this month. It means it gets recognized at a whole nother level. And it's all of the production that each of us do every week that does that. And so anything you guys can do to push your production will help him reach that level. And whenever he gets recognized, it's a true reflection of the team and what they're doing. And I'm just so proud of everyone on this team who is always fighting for our leader and just fighting for each other. And everybody has their back. All of us have each other's back. And that's what I love about the team. So jump on sales meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And you'll hear all the greatest people on the team talk.
All right. Y'all have a good night. We'll end early. Give you a few extra minutes to Slack me, and we'll get the Zoom link started in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So see you guys in the sales meeting tomorrow. Make sure to turn in your numbers, and good night.